Irene in Brookings, Oregon. Hey, Irene, you wanted to talk about the word homeland?
Yes, I was shocked when I heard Obama using it because I had just read a magazine, I can't tell you which one, which showed that the Bush administration used a lot of the tactics that the Nazis used. At Homeland, Heimat was one of them. Something about landing on that battleship that, pictured Bush in a certain way. And when I heard Obama, I thought, my God, I remember those days of the World War II because I'm 80 right now, and I remember a lot of stuff that went on then. I was really shocked, and when I heard Chris Matthews criticize it, I thought, well, good. I'm glad somebody's paying attention.
Yeah.
But how do you get them to stop that? I mean, how do you bring it to everybody's attention?
Well, you start with this conversation that we're having right now, and it starts in a small way, and then people say it to each other, and it spreads. I did this on TV last night. It'll be up on YouTube sometime in the next hour or three, and where we played, the clip of Chris Matthews, and then we played the clip of Rudolph Hess, and I just did it on the radio.
Yes.
So, I'm doing everything I can to get it out, Irene, and you should too. Tell your friends, and if everybody were to say, "Hey, did you know that the word homeland was something that Hitler and Hess stole from the Zionist movement, and to make the Germans feel like they were a race apart from everybody else, and that this bizarre legacy of the Bush-Cheney years. We should do something about it. Let's rename it the Department of National Security, or the America for Americans Department, or something, if you want to make some sloganeer it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Jewish community hasn't picked up on it.
Well, back in 2002, there is a piece in the New York Times called Washington Talk, Prickly Roots of Homeland Security by Elizabeth Becker. This is in 2002, August 31st, 2002. And it said, when the home front becomes the war front, what do you call the office meant to protect the country? The Bush administration settled on Homeland Security. And then they say the phrase has failed to make it into common use. It's almost solely used by bureaucrats. And Tom Ridge, he said, etymology unknown, don't have a clue. Where did the word come from? What he is aware of, though, is that are the complaints that Homeland Security sounds somewhat un-American. He said, Tom Ridge, the first head of the Department of Homeland Security, I've heard that comment early on. And then they go on to say, Deborah Tannen, a linguistics professor at Georgetown University, says people find it a little forced. And then Mrs. Tannen says, there's one particular group, American Jews, and I am Jewish, for whom it has a menacing association. And Nazis favored the word Heimat or homeland, and Homeland Defense Forces were known as Heimwehr or Heimatschutz in Austria and Germany from the late 20s. For several decades after World War II, Germans rarely used patriotic words like Heimat and Vaterland. Hans-Dieter Lucas, a spokesman at the German embassy here, said people then were reluctant to say Heimat or to be proud to be a native of Germany, but that is over. The term was misused by the Nazis. And he said this is the German ambassador, right? Says, or a spokesperson for the German embassy says, the notion derives from 19th century romanticism to mean your roots, the region where you grew up, your identity, where you belong, and that's how we use Heimat today. And then they note in the article that homeland actually is found in the book of Genesis. Moladet is the Hebrew word, and it exists, and in Israel there's a party of that name. But again, Israel's all about the homeland. It's a very, very different thing. We are a polyglots. I don't know if polyglot is the right word, but we are e pluribus unum, out of many, one. That's the United States, not we are here for this one particular group of people. So, Irene, thank you for the call, and thanks for sharing your wisdom and experience with us.